Hey everybody, welcome to Sunday Night Flesh and Blood. I'm here with Colin and Ryan. We are Team Raising Quell, a subsidiary of the Romping Club, and we are joined by former child, U.S. national champion, Evan Herndon. Evan, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I heard this is your second podcast today.
This is my second podcast today. I just recorded Arsenal Pass a few hours earlier.
Sweet.
We're gonna ask you to rate your experience on both podcasts, and you better rate ours better.
Yeah,
I'll try, dude. They had it all set up. I didn't have to click on a sketchy podcast
Wait, what do you mean?
app link. Dude, the only thing they asked me to do was open voice recorder. Dude, and
sounds amateur.
Dude, and they sent me an outline of what they were gonna ask me.
Here, do you want to see an outline?
I do.
Go. Banter. Nick, Minneapolis, Evan. That's the outline.
Nice.
I finished writing it as you joined the call.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, obviously today the main focus of the podcast is going to be Evan telling us about his run at the national championship. When was it? It was 2 weekends ago now? Yeah, it wasn't last weekend.
2 weekends ago now.
So, we're a little late, but
all good. Close enough.
Yeah, we'll jump right into it.
What's the funky music?
Have you listened to our
Wait
podcast?
a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Don't even tell me you've never listened. Oh, no.
I have not
Now
tuned
we're
in yet.
pissed.
I have not tuned in yet. I apologize.
You haven't listened to a single episode?
Dude, there's too
Wow.
many fucking fab
It's a miracle
podcasts.
you
I'm
won
sorry.
the nationals.
Yeah, but how many of them are as good as ours?
I don't
I'll
know.
tell you. There's maybe two.
Maybe
Maybe.
two. What are the two? Is Arsenal Pass one of them?
I listen to Arsenal Pass every week.
Okay, what about
Brendan is one of my favorite humans on the planet. He cracks me up. Like,
He's cool. He's cool.
yeah, I just love it. Like he's, and I listen to the Runaways podcast as well.
Oh, I listened to 3 podcasts then, I guess.
Yeah. So and
Or
then
2.5.
What's your third? Oh, what's your half?
M&R podcast.
Oh, I think I usually listen to that one too.
It's a good one. Are you gonna listen to Naive and I's podcast?
Are you starting a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
When do you guys want to be a subsidiary of the Romping Club?
We'll see.
It's your official invite.
Oh shit!
So,
I heard you were trying to get the Commonwealth to join the
yeah,
the Romping Club.
yeah, I'm trying to get the Wolfpack to join the Romping. Basically, any Flesh and Blood team you see, I have a plan somewhere to get them to be a subsidiary of the
You're gonna
Romping Club.
accumulate them all.
Yeah, yeah.
You should
like
you should set it up. You should set it up like a pyramid scheme where they have to pay money to the people above them, and you just collect it all.
I like
feel
that.
like
Dude, you
I
have
feel like I
such
talked
good
to
experience
someone
with
about
it.
that. Didn't
You
we
have such
recently
good
talk
experience.
about that?
Were you at a
Haven't-
pyramid
Did
scheme?
Oh
Briefly.
yeah, dude.
Briefly.
His whole family was involved.
Oh yeah, dude. My dad, he's a character. He had a friend who joined a pyramid scheme. Like really, this is before I knew what a pyramid scheme was. A friend that joined a pyramid scheme really early and made like a shit ton of money. So he was like one of the people at the top.
So
of
he
the
was at
pyramid,
the
I
top.
guess. He was at the top. So then my dad was like, "That's not a pyramid scheme. He's making money." And my dad joined it. And my dad actually did make some money.
Oh,
And
let's
then-
go.
Yeah.
What were you
So
guys?
then my dad
what were you guys
saw- my-
selling?
It was like selling like nutritional supplements. Isn't that the only kind of pyramid schemes there
Classic.
are?
Yeah, that's
Like nutritional supplements and like
There's that
Pampered
one that
Chef.
sells like knives, right? Is it Cutco
Oh,
or
yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And
That's
then
a
there's like
pyramid
pamper.
scheme? Damn.
I'm pretty sure like
Skincare products.
yeah,
True.
like
Mary
Amway
Kay
is
or-
like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
Right?
dude.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was like, why did Amway change? They're like, I didn't know what Amway was. I looked it up a couple weeks ago.
What do they even sell? What's their product?
I think like
I-
everything.
I can't
Would
remember.
you like to know?
It's like
but
Walmart.
they're apparently a pyramid scheme.
So yeah, they sell the arena the Orlando Magic play in. To
Not
Kia.
anymore.
Yeah, they sold it to Kia.
It's- oh,
That
Should
was-
have
Dude,
Kia's
Kia's
in the scheme.
Kia has a lot of
Pyramid.
stadiums.
Yeah, they do. So,
That was
because if
good
you
banter.
think about it, everything's a pyramid scheme, right? Isn't that the propaganda they tell you in pyramid schemes? What's the thing they
I
used
don't
to
know.
say? Dude, they used to say, they were like, yeah, instead of paying for marketing, we pay you guys to market for us. And that's how they would make you feel like you weren't in a pyramid scheme.
That
You know?
worked. That worked on you.
Yeah, I mean, like 10 people became like millionaires. And then a bunch
Sure.
of people spent $500 on nothing. So, you know,
Sounds about right.
could have been
Okay,
worse.
What's the moral of this? Be at the top of the pyramid?
Yeah, if you're going to join a pyramid scheme,
Start at the
start
top.
it.
Yeah.
Be the one who starts it. Other than that, probably just get a regular job. Or like, I don't know. Probably just don't join a pyramid scheme.
Except for
it
the
Worked
Romping
out well
Club.
for your dad.
Yeah, except for the romping
Yeah.
club. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to, the romping club is not a pyramid scheme, I promise.
No.
But if you tell 3 friends to join, I'll give you $300. And then you get those 3 friends to tell 3 of their friends. All right. Anyways, so Evan, before this, you were playing Candyland with your
I
little
was
brother,
playing Candyland before this with my little brother.
and I heard he was cooking your ass. What happened?
So I don't know if you know this, but the way Candyland works is that in the rules, the youngest goes first. I truthfully, I think there's a huge advantage to going first. But I think the
It's not
bigger
balanced.
advantage, it's not balanced. I think the bigger advantage though is the fact that he stacks the deck.
Yo.
So I sit down and I go to shuffle, and he's like, no, don't do that. I'm like, okay, I guess whatever. First, I need to hold on. Like, give me a second. Let me pull up the Candyland map so I know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure there's great people out there that are
Yeah.
gonna call you out if you mess this up. So
All the rest of us know exactly what you're talking about, so we don't need to pull it up.
Of course. Oh, I can't find an in-depth map, but it's like this like s'more. It looks like a chocolate like gumdrop. Like it's like a truffle. It's
Okay.
probably what those are actually
Sounds
called.
like candy.
It is candy, but it's like all the way at the end, like almost to the castle. First card this kid draws. It's the truffle. So
So you're thinking he
I-
stacked the deck.
yeah, this isn't the first time this has happened.
Mm.
do you confront him?
On occasion. Sometimes it's not worth the fight though.
'Cause
Yeah.
you're a little like he's a lot younger than you, right? He's like
He's 4.
he's 4.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you're gonna have to not let him get away with it anymore.
I've been trying to. What he does, so for a little while, he'd pull one of the things where you have to like go back and he'd just like hand it off. And then for like a little bit, he was actually just accepting going back, but he has not been recently. Today, he was like, no, I don't want to
He's
go back.
regressed.
He's regressed, yeah. But my stepdad
Candyland
also,
regression.
he also stacked the deck to like keep making it so he'd go back to where it was like 4 of that in a row. Cooper's not the happiest about that, but he still won.
Well, I'm glad he still won, but you got to be careful if he keeps cheating in Candyland, he might join a pyramid scheme someday. So
I think he'll stop cheating. I believe in him. I'm gonna get him like in like 2 years. I'm gonna get him to start playing Pokemon, and then he can just
Nice.
crush in that game.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good call.
my daughter is also 4, and I am already looking into Pokemon.
I'm
Does she
thinking
also
that
cheat.
No,
Is
she just
she a
stops
big
playing.
cheater?
No, she stops playing when I don't
She-
let her cheat, and she loses.
she rage quits.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cooper has been
We-
known to rage quit on occasion.
Yeah. Hey, that's relatable.
We were playing Trouble the other day, and her pieces could jump on mine and send them back, but when mine landed on hers, they had to just keep going. They weren't allowed
Yeah.
to send them back.
Mm.
Yeah.
Isn't that the rules?
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's probably shaping up where our children, me, Ryan, and Colin, our kids, and Evan's little brother, are the next generation of flesh and blood, like Spikes.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Like we have a whole farm system in Central Florida.
They're already in the romping club. They're already
Yeah,
paying
they
us.
They are the romping club. So we're putting out the prospects here in Central Florida.
Have you given Cooper his formal invitation to the Romping Club yet?
Not yet. I'm gonna have to play him in Candyland to see if he passes the test.
I think he might. I think he might. He plays Monopoly too.
Oh.
Oh, really? Wow.
Not very
Oh.
well, but he goes around the board and rolls the dice.
Nice.
So,
That's awesome.
little real estate mogul on our hands.
He's a little capitalist. Actually, more on him being a little capitalist. He like loves name brands. Like he knows all the car brands. I have like
Ultimate
a
consumer.
oh, he's the
The
ultimate consumer.
ultimate consumer.
Dude, he's like, I have a bunch of Champion shirts, and he's like, "Oh, is that Champion?" He knows like Adidas, Oakley's. Like,
Do you ever wear like a brand he views as inferior, and he's like, "What is that?"
I personally have not experienced that, but he really does not like Chevys.
Mm,
He
Interesting.
hates Chevys
okay.
and
Is there like a
Pontiacs.
reason behind
Not
that?
a fan of. My stepdad hates on Chevys, and
Okay.
he also hated on
Mhm.
Pontiacs. So
Mhm.
like, dude, there was like a month-long period where he'd be like, you like hear him mumbling in the back. I'm like, what are you saying? And he's like, Chevys are garbage.
That's good to know because I had someone from Chevy reach out saying they wanted to sponsor the podcast. I'm gonna have to turn them down. Like, sorry.
Don't like, hold on,
production
don't
crew.
let a 4-year-old make this decision for you.
No. So it wouldn't be worth. I don't want to be, I don't want to be associated with that brand. So I'd rather be sponsored by Wawa's Hoagie Fest. So I'm trying to get that.
Oh, dude, a Hoagie Fest sponsorship would be nice.
Yeah, Hoagie Fest is back. If you guys didn't know.
That'd be
I've
the
driven
best
down the highway
sponsor.
one time, so I saw 12 billboards for it.
Same. I got a hoagie today for lunch. They got me. So, anyways, well, cool.
So Evan,
I guess-
let me be the first to congratulate you on your
Thank you.
national championship. I'm sure no one's gotten around to it in the last 10 days.
Yeah, no, 0 congrats.
I think it's especially impressive coming on Dash.io, you know.
Oh yeah, my favorite hero, Broken Deck.
Yeah, dude, what happened? Register Zen? What is that? What happened to Dio?
Dude, they printed a deck that was broken enough to get me off the cope.
Yeah, same. They printed a deck that was so good I didn't play Bolton as well. So
That's
That
crazy.
okay, I think that's more impressive
yeah, it really
That's true.
is.
because the
Honestly.
Dash.io cope has been a recent thing. Your love for Bolton has lasted years at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah, kind of like after the Starvo meta, I was like, I don't have that much time to play this game anymore because I have a kid now. I think I'm just gonna play Bolton forever, for every event forever, and that's what I did for like 2 years. And I started really, like Stockholm syndrome started to really set in, and I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
no, this deck actually is the best. Everyone else is just bad. And it turns out the deck is just mid, and I am bad. But yeah, the Zen deck is crazy. I played that in the calling in Minneapolis. So, but yeah, Evan, I think not only
Had the broken
congratulations-
list and didn't play it.
dude, you did send me the broken list for the calling. You literally said,
You did? Or what?
Evan
I thought
said
you
to
sent
me,
it. Go ahead.
Evan said to me on Friday before the call, because National started Friday, calling starts on Saturday. He's like, if you want to cook in the calling, register this. And I said, why don't you have Mauling Key in your deck? This deck is bad. Literally, like in the DMs, I'm like, dude, why don't you have Wind Chakra? Where's Mauling Key? What are you doing? He's like, dude, those cards are a trap. And I was like, wow, you're really wrong about this. And then he proceeded to go 11-0 in CC.
Yeah. Zephyr needles are broken. Dude, the
Zephyr
biggest
Needles?
thing,
Yeah.
no finishers, dude. None of your hands are bad. Your hands like
Yeah.
floor is like 3-card 10.
Yeah, like that. It made the. Yeah. Okay. I'll talk a little bit about Minneapolis and like my experience, I guess, and then we can just talk about Evan the rest of the time because that's what people actually care about. But yeah, I went to Minneapolis with my wife. She came up with us or with me, and the plan was like spend a couple days in Minneapolis. I was gonna play in the calling. She was just like, she just wanted to hang out in the hotel. So like Saturday at the calling, when I was at the calling, she's just like, chilled in the hotel, ordered room service like 2 or 3 times, like literally didn't leave, and just like napped and read a book all day. She said it was like the best day of her life. But yeah, so I registered Zen for the calling. Started out hot. Started out 5-1. Because, like, I think the thing about Zen is even if your list isn't perfectly tuned, like, I don't think mine was perfectly tuned at all. Obviously, looking back. But I was still doing broken shit all day. So I was like 5-1 in the calling, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, like, try not to think ahead, but, you know, it started to creep in of like, okay, like, I just need to win one more, and like, I day 2, and it's fine. And then round 7, I get paired into a new, and he just like he just had all the disruption the whole time, and like banished 5 cards randomly off the top of my deck, or like the first 5 cards he banished off the top of my deck were transcend cards. Like, it was nuts, and I was like, oh my god, I need those in my, like, I didn't transcend until I was at like 11 health, and it just like felt really bad, so I ended up losing that game. And I do think a well-built new deck can be tough for Zen. And then like the win in for day 2 or whatever, I played the mirror, and it was just, you know, one of those Zen games where like my opponent got to play and I got to watch. I got to watch them play. Like, they just had the nuts. They played all 3 of their levels of like the game was like 4 turns long. They played all 3 of their levels of enlightenment for all 3 modes in 4 turns. It was nuts. Like, it was actually insane. And so, yeah, ended 5-3. Didn't make day 2. But yeah, Anna and I, we got to explore Minneapolis a lot. It was a great town. Ate a lot of good food. Drank a lot of good drinks. Went to like a R&B, like soul music place. Had like a live band on Sunday night. Like, it was awesome. The place was like known for being where like Prince and his band played, like before he got super famous. And they have like live music every night. That was awesome. Went out to karaoke with some people. Matt Dispersion Glass and Pedro and I went out to karaoke. That was fun. But yeah, I did a lot more exploring the city than even playing Flesh and Blood. But it was a great trip. So anyways, that was my experience in Minneapolis. So
Let me ask
go for it.
Let me ask about what the people want to know about. How's the Rainforest Cafe?
Oh, dude. We hit up. We obviously went to the Mall of America. For those that don't know, the Rainforest Cafe in the Mall of America is the original Rainforest Cafe. The first one ever. So we're talking like it should be a protected historical site in this country. It was unreal. Just kidding. It was fine.
I didn't know there was an original Rainforest Cafe. I thought it was just here when the Europeans discovered this.
Yeah, Europeans discovered it. No, it was fine. I bought like a $17 margarita that was like mostly sugar. And we did get one little appetizer that was like pretty good, but you know, I spent like $100 on like a Chili's basically. So it was fine. Good time. Bought a hat. We walked around the mall for like 3 hours, and I thought we had seen most of it. And then as we were leaving, I realized we had only seen half of it, which is crazy. Like, did you go to the mall, Evan?
No, I did not, unfortunately.
You're too busy winning.
Yeah, we thought about going on Thursday, but we ended up going to draft at the Airbnb that Naib stayed at.
That's your that Naib as in the new co-host for your new podcast.
Yes.
You're going to have to tell us about that later. I'm going to have to...
None of the details are finalized. It may not even make it out of the group chat again, but...
But the idea has been floated.
The idea has been floated. We're on we've spoke about this for a while. We're on like a time crunch because I need to like keep my clout from winning to like boost it for like the first few episodes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will say, Sunday Night Flesh and Blood, we have a lot riding on you right now. So hopefully this episode gets us a bump in listeners up from
I believe.
Yeah, up from I think we average about between YouTube and everything, I think our last episode got like 60 something listens.
Oh shit!
That's which is solid. Like yeah. Which I was like, holy shit!
My return
Rai came
so
back
much for us.
It really did. It really did.
Speaking of draft, Evan, what percentage of your championship victory do you credit to the Shub draft the week before?
Oh yeah, that's big.
Um,
That's big.
the shove draft was helpful, and
That's why I hosted.
the issue was I didn't use anything that I learned in the shove draft, and I just forced Zen in the first draft because my friend
Okay.
Jacob is like, dude, I've been forcing Zen for like the past like week, dude, and then he keeps like showing me these like draft decks that it looks like he brought from home. There's like fucking Chase the Tail and the helmet, a bunch of good reds. I'm like, I don't know how you keep drafting it. He did it twice at Nationals and twice at Naib's house. But
Huh.
I tried it in draft and should have 0-3'd.
But you stole
But I
some
got really
games.
lucky. I stole some games. I stole 2.
Yeah. How'd you steal 2 games? Tell us about it.
I don't want to go in depth on how my opponents misplayed. At least on camera, I feel like that would be a little bit mean. So I don't want to
Oh, yeah,
expose
that's
them.
true. You're so polite.
But there was some mistakes that were made. Not reading
Mhm.
cards fully, mainly.
Dude, reading is hard.
Reading is
sure.
hard. That might be
Yeah.
my biggest advantage. I know what most of the cards do.
It like not like
You guys
unironic.
laugh, but like I'm like
No,
so
no.
serious. I may have
Yeah.
drafted like a terrible deck, but I knew what all my cards did, so I was able to get there.
Yeah, fair. That's my main game plan for Tampa. Is just like know the whole set super freaking well in time for the pre-release.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, dog. You got like they aren't even revealing everything.
Well, yeah, but I think
Your opponent's gonna
the
play like a majestic bomb against you, and you're just gonna have never seen that card in your life
Dump your
Yeah.
hand.
because they aren't revealing it this time around. Yeah, it's like
Well, they said
if this
what
hits,
they say. They said they're not going to reveal some of like the highest rarity cards.
Yeah,
I
I think-
take that as like the Marvels and Legendaries.
maybe. I feel like mythics might be a part of it too, depending on what they are. But I guess
Yeah.
you've already gotten a fair amount of them, or majestics, whatever they're called in this game.
Yeah, I think. Do you want to know my plan for Tampa?
What's your plan?
Because like we'll
Hit the
probably
Hard
have
Rock?
most. Yeah, I'm gonna go play
You
blackjack
know
while
it.
you guys play flesh. Oh damn, that actually sounds like way more fun.
No.
Just kidding. We'll see how my sealed pool is. If I drop before round 1, you'll know where to find me.
Dude, that reminds me of a sick dispersion glass story I have. We drove to like a
Ooh.
pro quest in like Tampa. I think it was maybe in like Brandon or something. But poor Matt, he had already dropped at this point. It's like round 5. I think he's like, I'm gonna go hit the casino.
Oh, I remember.
I win. I'm stoked. Like sick. Let's go. I get to go to like I think it's Baltimore was for this one. And then, dude, tournament's over. I had to wait like 30 minutes for Matt to like swing back and pick me up. And I'm like, Matt, how'd it go? He's like, oh, lost $1,000.
Oh,
No,
brutal.
It's
Rough
worst
day,
day
rough day.
ever.
He's got to sell a lot of glass to recoup that.
Yeah. B's for T's.
No, I'm super pumped about Tampa. I think my plan, what I would like to do is like once we have most of the commons and rares, just like literally print out like 200 of them and just shuffle them into piles, just to like get a feel for how they play together.
For Japan, Tarek had us like playing on TTS with like just generic like sealed decks for like each class to like try to get a feel for like what the heroes do.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Because yeah, we're all gonna go to Tampa. I'd like to not embarrass myself, so I'm gonna try to prepare a little bit. But yeah,
sealed is tough. Limited is hard,
dude. Yeah, limited is hard.
Margins are just so tight.
Yeah, and I feel
I feel like this event is one that gives people a chance to do well because there's like such a short amount of time, you know? I feel like if you are willing to do that, like what you guys did, what you were describing, Evan, or what Nick, what you're describing, if you're willing to do that for like the 4 days before the set comes out, after we have the cards, like the commons at least, commons and rares, I think that could help a lot.
Yeah, it gives you like a huge edge over most of the people probably. I think one of the big things for me too is like I feel like I'm not good at understanding how good a card is just by reading it. Like I'm not good at judging a card just based on what it says.
I think
like-
there's a lot more context that goes into it than just like the card's text.
Yeah, and then there's like cards that overperform what you think they're gonna do and underperform, and it's like for different reasons a lot of the time. And it's like, yeah, just So you have the cards in front of you, and you just like put them together. Then it's like, oh, this card really overperforms in this situation, or with this other card, blah 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 blah. So, but yeah, I'm pumped. So, anyways, I guess we should talk more about Evan because he freaking is the GOAT, apparently.
Not yet, not yet.
Back-to-back U.S. national champ finalist, most recent winner. I guess I did have one question. I don't know if you're ready for this one.
I'm ready.
So you made the finals of 2 U.S. national championships in a row,
Yeah.
which is super impressive. But you've never won a game of car fab.
I'm actually I'm 0-1 lifetime. However, I was like literally delusional about Dash.io in my defense.
That's true.
Yeah.
You
That's
put me
true.
on you put me on a real deck, dude. I'm getting like 70% in the car at least.
That's probably. Listen,
Sounds like we're gonna have to set this up.
We're gonna have to,
Oh,
we're
we
gonna have
will.
to take another road trip. So we might have to carpool to Tampa.
Next
together just so you
next
can play
driving
car fab.
distance battle harden.
Yeah, we'll have to do
Oh,
it.
true.
Evan, speaking of being delusional, you gotta keep me off Ryanair, I think. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
think Nick and Ryan can do it. You got to do it.
I mean, I can try.
Mm.
Yeah.
As someone who recently was delusional about a deck, I understand, dude. It's fun. But
Mhm.
you know it's even more fun than playing the hero you enjoy?
Winning
Yeah.
I think I know where you're going with
$10,000.
this. Yeah.
I was just gonna say winning, but yeah, you put that $10,000 there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, and Evan, that's super nice of you to offer to pay for our hotels for Tampa too. I really appreciate that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
No, just kidding. No, just kidding.
that
We're all staying at the
hotel
Hard
being
Rock?
paid for was a. We'll see, dude. Rob's trying to get it all comped.
Oh, that'd
Oh,
be cool.
that's
The
cool.
king.
The King Rob. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna need to start a Patreon so we can start using that to pay for hotels. That's what I'm
Dude,
thinking.
I will be starting a Patreon. Jacuzzer and I, starting tomorrow, dude. We're gonna write a fire Zen like sideboard deck explanation. Not that I think it
Yeah.
really
Hell
needs
yeah.
it, but get that coin,
No, it
you know.
helps. I do think, especially like when people take your list, and I'll use this. So I do have an actual real question for you about the tournament, not like one where
Okay.
I'm just bullshitting. But yeah, I think because I saw your list was posted, and like obviously everybody on Talashar's like trying to play your deck and everything, and the win rate was like 40% or something horrible. I do think the first thing, like the thing that everybody does wrong, is probably like sideboard wrong with the deck. Like they probably take out the E strikes and stuff
Yeah.
in certain spots when like they shouldn't. So that's really difficult. But my question is like, I know that you felt going into the tournament like your deck was very good, and that like the needles were sweet tech. Like I know how you felt about all that. But at what point in the event did you have like the feeling, or like did you first think like, holy shit, I have the best deck in this room? Like when did that happen?
I think probably my winning in when I beat Michael Dalton on his Zen deck,
Mm-hmm.
and I like looked at it like during the game. I was like, oh, like our deck is like actually just so much better than all the others in lists.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's still like like a lot of people are still convinced on like 9 bonds, which I just don't understand. It just makes your deck so much more clunky.
Yeah.
You
Well,
kind of
are the
lose like the spike, but who cares? You're 4-card 18ing most hands.
Yeah. And then are the 9 bonds list, are they running Chase the Tail in aspect or no? Because
Some of them might be, but I don't think so.
yeah, because like that, if you're giving that up like that, Chase the Tail and aspect of Tiger is like pretty much as good as a Bonds of Ancestry, like numbers.
It's math.
Yeah, like a 1-card 7 with Go Again is just like insane, and then you throw the extra 3 in there. It's just like, yeah, it's nuts. That card is so good. That's cool. I thought you were maybe gonna say like at some point in day one, like when you were just cooking. It's like
No, I mean like I wouldn't want to say I hit like freebie matchups, but like I played against an Azalea, I hit a Kasai, and like 2 Levias at that point, which I feel like are all like pretty favored matchups.
mhm.
So I didn't feel like it was that good. To be honest, I was like, oh hell yeah, I got good gym luck. Didn't have to play a mirror match or a new.
Yeah. Were you worried about new going in?
Not particularly. I've seen like a lot of the new lists and I've played against it like a fair amount on Talishar. The deck just like doesn't actually deal that much damage, and I think like a lot of the lists are very clunky, and they
Mhm.
play like too many attack reactions or too many D reacts or like a combination of both. So it just leads to hands that do like literally nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I
Oh,
think
so what do you think about Talishar in Zen?
Okay, so like I think the Talishar tech is like fine. It's better into this rounds of me than the needles are. But like the biggest thing that the needles let you do is you can like spend 2 resources and then not waste the one that you have floating.
mhm.
So like a lot of times you'll have turns where you go like Descendant, Bond, Spinning Wheel Kick, and then you can like end on Needle.
So
Yeah.
had you guys thought about Talishar beforehand?
We had not. So what put us on the radar with the Zephyr Needles was Jacuzzer has this like stupid 56 head jab, 3 Art of War, and like Salt Wound deck that plays Needles. So you like just tunic for 2 damage. But they were like, wait, Needles are probably good in Zen just because like it's above rate and your games are 3 turns. So they probably don't want to block it anyway.
Mhm. Yeah, and then like my first thought when I saw the needles, I was like, oh well, like there's plenty of 3 blocks, so just blow them up. But then it's like that's still like playing into your plan of like, okay, I'm gonna play my 5 card hands. Like if you want to play a 3 card hand back at me, like have fun. It like I'm still gonna kill you. It doesn't matter. Which you showed in that KO game in the top 8. Like I think he blew up both your needles early, and it just didn't matter because you had tempo the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, he blew up my needles, which like did actually matter. I think the first one he blew up stopped probably like 4 more damage for him after that 3 block,
Mm.
or maybe only like an additional needle swing after that. But like I was actually doing some thinking about it today because I watched the finals game back. It may actually be like worthwhile to pop the needles if you can, but obviously like it doesn't feel good to.
Hmm. I do think it is probably right to pop them. If yeah, like you said,
Yeah,
if you
they're too
can.
much value.
Yeah, and like you said, it just like fixes the cost curve of your deck so much. Like so like I guess for my Zen deck, like I was on Harmony of the Hunts for a long time because I was like the thought, and it's even better with E Strike. And so like I had like a couple E Strikes and Harmonies in the deck, but I found myself with 1 resource floating like a lot. And the way I went about fixing it was like take out the Harmony of the Hunts and put in more 0 cost cards. So then like I don't have 1 floating as often. I have 2 floating more and I can swing my weapon more.
Yeah.
But it's like yeah, the needles is just such a cleaner fix to that problem because then you like because Harmony of the Hunt, if you think about it, is just like such a good card for so many reasons. But like the biggest one of being it's like the only attack in the game, I think, where you can attack with it and also banish its Art of War, which is crazy. Like it's crazy. Or attack with it and bottom it to E Strike. Like you could do both of those things with that card. And it's just so good.
Yeah, the math is just nuts on it.
Yeah.
Or it can be nuts.
Yeah. Did you in CC you went 11-0, obviously? Which is crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so sick. What was like your closest game? Did you have a game where you were like, oh shit, I think I might lose this, and you had to claw your way back?
Yeah, so against one of the Levias I played against on day 1, he hit like the dream. He goes like first Blood Rush, discard like Beast Within. I'm like, oh god. And then he plays another one. And then like I think I was able to like throw all my armor, go to like 3 life or something. I like searched the chi, like made a tiger in my hand, and then I was like, I don't think I'm gonna kill here because he had like Husk. He'd used Fleshbag already, and I didn't have an Art of War in hand, so he was at like an effective probably like 30 life. And then I like played the draw tuck one chi, and I drew Art of War. And I was like, oh okay, I win. Thank God.
Oh, that's awesome. Sucks for that guy.
Yeah, I like told him after the game. Actually, I think the dude that happened against, I think he got 10th. He almost made it in with Levia.
Nice.
Oh wow.
That new Levia card is nuts. Like that thing is crazy.
Yeah, the math on it, if you get all the modes, it's like the math is just absurd.
Yeah.
Let's see like 2 card 14 sometimes.
Yeah, it's gross.
So So Evan, you've been like playing Flesh and Blood. I mean, I would say pretty seriously for a while now. Has your like practicing or prepping evolved at all over the last couple years?
Obviously it changed like when Talishar came out. I think it was like a
Yeah.
big difference maker, and it just let me play like way more games.
Are you
Just 'cause,
still a
like,
grinder today?
no, not as much today, but I think that's because I filled like the grinding that I would do of just watching other people play Talishar, like in Discord.
Hmm.
But yeah, our testing kind of sucks, like in the Commonwealth, like PCG Pass group, because we all just kind of watch each other play Talishar. Like, not into each other, like just against randoms, which probably isn't good, but it seems to work out fine for us.
Yes.
Definitely
Yeah.
Can't argue with the results.
Yeah, I think the thing that Talishar is like best for is like when you're in kind of like the deck building process, so you can just like get a feel for how your deck operates, because you don't always know the quality of your opponent, but sometimes you do run into a really good opponent,
Mm.
and you can tell immediately like, oh, this person like definitely knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
Um,
actually, at one point we decided to like stop playing the Zephyr Needles on Talishar because we were like, oh, we should not like let this leak because this is like
yeah,
very
Mhm.
obviously good if you like just think about it and have like seen it work. So at some point we just stopped. Like I think probably like 5 days before we just stopped playing them on Talishar and like only tested into each other, which I think definitely helped.
what was like the deck building process like for that deck? Like I know that somebody on the team, I forget his name, but I'm
Jacob.
sure you'll say. Yeah, Jacob. Did he just like kind of go into a dark corner and come back out and say, "Guys, I did it. Here it is," or was it more of a group process, or like did you need any tweaking afterward? Like I don't know. Just explain kind of the whole
So like
process.
probably like a week or like 2 weeks, like right when the set dropped, he like posted this like 9 bonds deck that we thought was okay, and then like we played a lot of, or I played a lot of games with it, and like I think I probably won like 70% of the time. But then like you just have these hands where you draw like all bonds, no starter, or like chi that you can't flip, and then like your hand doesn't really attack for anything. So we kind of set that down, and then what we realized was like if you just cut like the extra like bonds and stuff for like tiger cards, like the actual like math on your hands is much better.
Mhm.
Jacob like really did most of the deck building stuff. I think like the entire like 78 cards outside of like Zephyr Needles was his idea, and then that was like kind of just like a joke in Discord one day. We're like, oh, what if we try out like Needles? And then we
And then
played
you
some
were
like
like,
mirror match games. We're like, oh, this is like very good math.
"Yeah, that's sweet." Um,
So so is there much like predicting of the meta going into it, or are you just playing the best deck?
This time around we just played the best deck. I think for Amsterdam we'll probably like take a step back and actually like try to predict the meta. But
Yeah.
like when you're going into like an event like nationals where like the set drops and there's such a quick turnaround, a lot of people are just gonna be left over playing what they played like last meta,
mhm.
Yeah.
which is why I mean KO is like still a fine deck, but I think it's why you saw like such a big representation from KO going into or like in nationals.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and like playing in a brand new format, like playing a what is, I mean, I feel like to a lot of people it's like very obviously the best aggro deck. Even if people like didn't think it was the best deck in the format, they probably saw Zen as like probably just the best aggro deck.
Yeah.
Playing the best aggro deck early in a format is like a very
So
good thing to be doing.
Always good. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a recipe for success.
Yeah, you're just saying to everybody else like, okay, either play this and we'll play the mirror or try to stop me. And if you can't stop me, like you're gonna lose. And that's
Yeah,
what
and it's
happened
like
with you.
a lot of these decks are like still like warped even to try to beat Zen, and they'll play like 12 or like 9 to like 15 cards to their sideboard as like generic like 2 for 6 like Zen hate,
Hmm.
and it just still doesn't win because like so what, you drew the like the disruption on their go off turn, they have 7 in armor, and then you just die after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In your final, weren't you under an amnesia one turn? And you just like
In
did 30 damage anyways or something?
in
Yeah.
top 8 I got amnesia on like the last turn. I think I was at 6 life, and then I had like I'd already used the traverse, but I had like shoes plus chest piece and gloves. So I just blocked with shoes, went down to 1, and then I was like, oh, my hand doesn't like
Care
need
about
any
that.
combo.
Yeah.
Actually, I still got to use combo because Tiger, what is it? Tiger, it's like Tiger or aspect of Tiger body, the red one.
Yeah.
That one just has a red card, so I was still able to like combo and just kill him. Or like head jab, head jab, head jab. You die.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. I was watching that. Like, I'm sure your opponent, when he saw you block with just the boots and take it, I'm sure he was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" Like,
Yeah, he's like,
you gotta
I'm
be
dead.
kidding me. Like, I drew my answer, I played my answer, and it didn't matter.
No text against me that turn. I think I maybe would have made some different choices if I could have like comboed, but
Yeah.
did not matter.
So I think that's a good transition into another question. Zen bans. What do you think? Should he? Will he?
Should he? I think so. It's a little overtuned. What do I think they'll actually? So, to be honest, I think they probably should just kill Artivore, or honestly, they probably should just kill like Traverse, because that card is like absurdly above rate.
Oh.
It's like 10 value on equipment, but they'll never do that. It's a new legendary.
Yeah.
Artivore, they'll never ban for like same reason. It's like $100. They wouldn't do that to people.
Yeah.
So that kind of leaves you like the only thing is the shoes, which I think the shoes like is a good ban, but I don't think it like fixes like fundamentally like the brokenness of Zen, which is like you get like a 10 card hand because like you'd still banish a Tiger to Artivore even if it's not from shoes, but stopping them from doing that like immediately is nice. Because like what happens now is they'll do like 2 go off turns. They have like one with shoes and then one with hat, and it's like they have 2 30 damage turns. You can't win.
So, kind of sounds not too dissimilar from like the bracers ban with Lexi. Then it didn't like change her; it just like tried to weaken her a tiny bit.
Yeah, if they keep up that philosophy, I assume the shoes is probably what they'll ban.
Yeah.
They may not ban anything though.
Yeah. There are decks that are good into Zen, like which I could definitely see. I could see good old Brian Gottlieb coming on and writing his blog and being like, "There are answers to this best deck, and people haven't found it yet. Simply improve your skills, dorks."
I mean, okay, you could have the best answer of all time, but that doesn't change the fact that Zen is just gonna like KO you some games. And there's nothing you can do about it.
That's true.
Yeah. I think shoes would be a good ban.
And in Rosetta, there's like not classes coming that typically counter ninjas.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Seems more likely to be a ban then because of that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, there is still 2 weeks more of nationals. Maybe someone will figure out something, but
yeah,
I don't think it's most likely. And to be honest, I really do think like if people do find something that's gonna beat Zen, they're just gonna keep quiet about it until Pro Tour.
Yeah, I think so.
Because
too.
why show off your sick I beat Zen tech for the like 100-person event when you could play it for the 400-person 200K in like 3 weeks?
Fair.
Yeah, exactly. I do think if any deck has a chance to like spike an event by targeting Zen, I do think it's probably
Victor.
I guess it could be Victor too. Like
Dude, okay, let me. Victor and New are like almost the same deck. They almost have like identical matchup spreads. They just swap like 15% here and there, or like across the board. There's like 15% total that's swapped. Have you guys played with Visit the Golden Estate?
No, I heard Brandon talk about
Brandon has.
Dude, that card is bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
and you can play like Crush the Week. Yeah,
Cast
it's like
Homes.
Cast Bones of Go again.
Cast Homes. Yeah, that card's insane. And I have had like playing Zen. I've had Victors like with Balance of Justice and stuff, and their Clash card and like Trounce block. It's like 25 damage.
Yeah, they can block a lot on your combo turn. That's why I think it's good.
Yeah, they can really block a lot, and then obviously like they can easily slot in pummels. They can run like Spinal. Like they could play stuff that like actually makes you have to try to block it.
Crush the Weak, Choke Slam, Spinal, Disable.
So Victor might be solid. I guess he also would just kind of like lose to New, maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything.
The New matchup is not as bad as the haters will tell you.
I know nothing about that matchup. Assassins are like, I don't know. In my head, it's just like New can play his blue cards, and his blue cards are good.
Also, like, I still don't think people are on like a good new deck yet,
I don't think so either.
which is,
Uh,
I mean, I guess it makes sense because like usually if you're playing like a disruptive deck, you have to like know what is the meta that you're targeting, which like hard to do first week, like at U.S.
Mhm.
Nationals. But like, I just think new maybe doesn't deal enough damage. Like you got too many like one card ones.
I
Yeah.
do. Yeah, that's true. The best new deck that I've like have played against up to this point was like Tom's list.
Yeah, I think Tom, Gee, and Joe, who I'm pretty sure Tom and Gee top 32 and Joe like top 16. I think it's probably like the right direction you want to go in.
Yeah.
But like even talking with Tom, he was like he seemed like so distraught after he realized like I think the exact words that he said to me were like, I knew your deck was like broken. I just didn't realize like how broken it was.
Yeah. I had that thought too when I was watching your top 8 games. I was like, damn, that deck's broken. Like the code you guys cracked was like with the other Zen decks, like the one I was running or whatever, and the one that like I guess the Runaways brought. Like those
Dude.
decks can brick. Your deck cannot brick.
Yeah,
Like-
and it's like I said, like I think if you watch like the first two games of the finals, like or not first two turns of the finals, like my hands were probably about like the worst they could have been. Like
Yeah.
no chi, I'm literally going head jab, needle, needle, and like it was still like more than enough to get there.
Yeah. The deck was just so consistent. It's so good.
0 cards, 17 value on this flush bag was not enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Man. Well, I guess also like the for like being very serious right now. Not only are we really happy for you, I know all three of us are like super proud of you.
Thank
You
you.
know, it was so cool last year to watch you like run all the way to the finals, you know, like take out Michael Hamilton on your way there. And then just like I'm like I actually like I'm getting like goosebumps right now because it was
And
like
then I
just
lose
like
to
watching you
Briar.
run it back. Um, yeah, that freaking Briar deck, fatigue Briar. But then to watch you like run it back and just like I don't know by like the middle of or like towards the end of day 2, like before top 8, I was like Evan's gonna freaking win this. Like Evan's gonna go, he's gonna top 8 back to back, and like he's gonna win this because like his deck is just he's got the best deck in the room.
Yeah, I was like looking at like the standings after like day 2, and I was like, holy, like for top cut, like what the matchup spreads look like. I was like, holy shit, I like have like a very real chance of winning this.
Yeah,
Like
that's awesome.
my deck is like just that much better than like I was like, oh, sick. I have like a Zen mirror that I'm like 60-40 into because I just have a better list, which is like such a weird experience because I feel like for most of these big fab tournaments, like the meta is pretty like clear cut, or not meta, but like the deck lists and stuff are pretty like well defined and like
Mhm.
refined. But for this like event, there were just so many. I don't want to say bad deck lists, but maybe like unoptimized.
Yeah, like undertuned maybe. Like yeah, they're just not not tuned.
Like if you look at like what the Runaways played, like the idea for the list isn't terrible because they're just trying to end every turn with like after they do their bonds line, they're trying to like play a finisher or like a CNC or a sensor or amnesia. I think was in their deck even. But the problem is that like you just draw hands where like that doesn't happen, or you have to go like block 6 and then you're like 2 card 7 you,
Mm-hmm.
which is just not what you want to be doing in any aggro mirror.
Yeah, yeah, you want to be 2 card 7s aren't good if you need to end the game in 3 turns.
They are not.
I even noticed like a little bit with my deck when I was testing. Like I went down to like I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 bonds because like when I was running 6 bonds, like drawing 2 bonds in the same hand, like it could really be a brick sometimes if you like don't have a starter and you have like a couple bonds in your hand. But I think I was also just like playing poorly, or like the rest of
Yeah.
my list wasn't that tuned. But like running 9 bonds, I feel like it does like really increases the chances of bricking.
It really increases the chance of bricking, but it makes shifting wins like so much crazier of a card.
That's true. Oh yeah, I also wasn't playing that card because
That card is sick. That card is like literally, it's like blue Artivore in like a quarter of your games. Usually it's
Yeah.
like 1 card 10, which is absurd.
Did you ever block with traverse just to get a cheetah pitch to shifting winds, or were you only?
Oh, to get it cheated? Yeah, I did that probably 2 or 3 times throughout the tournament.
Did
I
you
know
ever
actually.
name? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, did you ever name Surging Strike to start a
Mhm.
bonds line? Nice.
I have, yeah. Actually, so in both my Zen mirrors, well, so like, in round 13 and 14, I played a Zen mirror. Round 13 was against Michael Dalton, and like, just like biggest blowout game. I had like an okay turn, turn 2. He goes like 2 card 7, and then next turn he goes for another 2 card 7. I'm like, okay, block 3, and then I like killed him from like 30 life or something stupid. But I played a shifting winds that turn, and I think I like probably named like surging bonds and got like a second bonds or something. But then the next game, this one I don't think it went longer, but I think I just got more cards in the graveyard somehow. But I was able to like win. So he Artivored first, but I was able to still win because shifting winds was like better than his Artivore,
That's
which really
crazy.
surprised me.
That's wild. Yeah, that card's crazy. Who would have thought
Like-
being able to name your cards anything you want is good?
Yeah, I mean, it turns out when like your cards get like 2 value, at least 2 to like 4 value when you get to give them a name, and then you play like 3 or 4 tigers on turn, it turns that card into like 1 card 12 sometimes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn, I should have been playing that card over Wind Chakra. Why'd you let me do that, Evan?
I tried to stop you.
You never
It's all right,
did.
dude.
You
Hold
said your
on,
list
hold
is
on.
perfect.
I
I'm just kidding.
I said my list is perfect.
Yeah, I think you did.
It's all right, dude. Half of my team that was there, they played Victor. Tark played like Enigma for some reason, even though he
Oof.
had access to the Broken Zen deck
That's rough.
and had
That's
seen
wild.
us testing for like a week, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, no, I don't feel bad.
Evan, can I put you on the spot?
Go for it.
Can you predict the top 8 heroes of Amsterdam? I'm gonna write it down, so don't mess up.
Okay, hold on. Hypothetical question: is there bans or no?
No.
I think we gotta say no for the hypothetical. Yeah.
No
7
bans. We're
Zens.
looking at like 2 new, 1 Victor, 6 or 5 Zen.
No
Fi-
way. That's crazy.
Dude, if
That's
there's no bans,
insane.
I guarantee it. If there's no
Wait, hang
bans, I
on.
guarantee you
I
like
timed out for a
probably
second.
40%
What
of
did
the
he
field will
say?
be playing Zen.
What's going on?
Just because you
Unless
think
there's
people are
something really crazy that happens this week.
You said 5 Zens.
5 Zens? I could see it.
I don't know actually.
Um,
Draft throws a wrench in things.
Yeah. So is your theory with so many Zens just that like the players that qualify for Pro Tour aren't gonna be coping and playing their favorite heroes and stuff? They're just gonna play Zen because they all know he's the best by that point.
Dude, there maybe should be more Zen representation than I even said, and that's just like even taking into account the people who are copers. 'Cause
What did
dude,
you?
like even though this is a very competitive game, there's a lot of copers still.
Yeah.
I take that personally, Evan. Please back off. Okay.
My bad.
Evan was one of them.
I was.
Yeah, true. Dude, it's real. It's real. Yeah. Anyways,
So
I like lagged for a second. What was your representation of Zen that you said
Oh, like across the field or in top 8?
across the field?
I think it'd probably be like 40%.
Wow.
Yeah, I could see that if there's no bans. Yeah.
was
All
that
right,
what
Ryan, what were you
Lexi
gonna
was
say?
at? Was that what Lexi was at during her time?
Yep.
Like around 40%?
I honestly don't remember, but I think there was actually like a surprising amount of like playable decks in Lexi meta.
That's
Because like
true. Jeremiah.
Lexi wasn't like oppressively broken. She just like did the value thing much better than all the other heroes that were in the game. But you could still like play a game against her. You know, Zen
Yeah.
just like nukes you sometimes.
That's true.
Lexi, you at least had like the illusion of like you're playing a close, fair game of Flesh and Blood.
That's what it was. It was an illusion. You feel like you're kind of in it, but you were never actually in it against Lexi.
Lexi's an illusionist. It's confirmed.
Was it you, Colin, that you like hit me for like 20? You hit me for like 15 or like 18 or something, and I still won. This is like turn
Yeah.
0. Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. Is turn 0, I had like a blood rush into a pulping. You like after you like voltaired or something like that, and did like 18 damage to you, and then you like did 28 to me, and then I did like 18 back to you through like, and you had like no blocks, and then you just killed me the next turn.
Good old Flesh and Blood.
Insane.
As James White intended. So, Evan, we had a segment planned that Colin came up with, which is now your results probably warrant a nickname at this point. So we each came up with a nickname for you. And by each of us, I mean Colin has a nickname, and I'm going to think of mine right now. And Ryan might also be thinking of his right now.
Were you
So
slacking,
Colin.
Ryan?
I'm always
Wait,
slacking.
Yeah. Ryan's nickname is Ryan the Slacker High.
That's a good one.
Don't tell his wife that. Colin, what was your nickname for Evan?
Well, it's not just us playing. Did you know that?
Wait, what?
Because I also put it into Chat GPT, so they came up with. I said, give Flesh and Blood player Evan Herndon a nickname.
Was such ChatGPT like, is this former child Evan Herndon you speak of?
No, they were all really, really generic. I don't think I knew who you were, Evan.
No, unlucky.
That's kind of messed up.
That is messed up.
The number one was Card Sharknado.
That's a pretty good one.
That's pretty good.
There's also the Flesh Slinger.
The Flesh Slinger.
That's dirty. Ugh.
Yeah, for real.
Fiend.
That's definitely a brute player, if there is one. Flesh Slinger.
It really likes alliteration. The Cardboard Conqueror, the Hand Hustler.
Wait,
Yeah.
Colin, isn't the nickname
Most
you
of
came
that
up with
good.
alliteration? What was your nickname?
Oh yeah, mine is too. The one I came up with was the Human High Roll.
Oh, I like
I
that.
like
I like that.
Evan the Human High Roll Herndon. Triple
Yeah.
H.
I like that.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
that might be clean.
Wow, that's pretty good. Ryan, do you have one?
Nah.
Dude, come on. Come on.
I'll let Chat GPT do my nicknaming. I can't beat Flesh Slinger. I can't beat it. That's just too good.
I have a hard time thinking past former child Evan Herndon, because that's my nickname for you now.
That's a good one, I think.
I guess should I tell the story for our tens of listeners that don't already know the story of why you are a former child Evan Herndon?
Go for it.
It's probably not actually that funny. I think it's really funny though. But like when I first started playing Flesh and Blood, you were like 16, like you were a child, and I'll like go play an event or whatever. I'd like my wife would be like, "Oh, tell me about your event." I'd be like, I don't know. Over time, it's just like she kind of starts to figure out who people are. But I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I played Evan," and she'd be like, "Evan's the child, right?" Like, that's what she was like, "That's the child you play games with, right?" But then after you had turned 18, she like said that one time, and I was like, "No, like he's not a child anymore." And she goes, "Oh, so he was formerly a child." I was like, "Yeah, he was former child," and then I just have been calling you that ever since. So
My favorite is AJ's wife was like one day she was asking me, she's like, "So what does Evan do?"
were you like,
And
"I'm a gamer?"
Wins.
This would have been like I was probably like 15 at the time because like I knew him from Pokemon, and he was like, he goes to school, like he's in high school. So then like when I got my first job was at Subway, so I got my job and I went to go like play games at AJ's apartment. I'm like, oh my god, Kristen, I do something now.
What does he do? Algebra 2? I don't know. That's pretty funny.
Is there a TCG class in IB? Is that the secret?
No, I don't think so.
Dang.
The TCG grind. Are they? Actually, I guess I was playing card games when I was in IB, but that was like Pokemon, so it was like Goo Goo Gaga games, you know,
Yeah.
Did you
for babies.
were you in IB in high school too? Or no?
I was in IB. I dropped out when like COVID happened, or not out of high school, of IB.
Yeah.
Dropped out to pursue a career at Subway.
Sandwich artist, baby.
Oh yeah.
No, there were times like it was like during the Starvo meta, I think. I'd be like talking to you on Discord, like during my plan period, and I was like, Evan's like in class at another high school. Because
Yeah.
Colin and
Yeah.
I, like, Colin's still a teacher. I used to be a teacher. But I was like, Like, should I be messaging a student at another school about a game I'm playing during the school day? Like, no, but Evan's probably got the sauce, so I need to
Oh
talk
yeah,
to him.
he was teaching you during your teaching period.
I was doing a little schooling.
I'm supposed to be like grading papers. I'm like, Evan, I don't know what to do about my 80th card in my Starvo deck.
Earth
Be like,
Lore Bounty.
Oh, dude, I forgot about the Earthlore Bounty. I remember one day
Dude.
you crushed me in like top 4 of a PQ, or maybe a top 8, but it was like after I was like first seed, and I was like, damn, I got fucking got by that pummel.
Dude, I beat the shit out of you that game. I remember that.
Oh, dude, I was upset. I
I
vividly
know you
remember
were,
this.
dude. I felt bad. That
wanna
was one
hear
of the
about
events
it.
where I was like, I need to play worse decks because I felt bad, like, because it's one of those things. It's like, you're a
Dude, I
better
was like,
player
your
than
boy
me,
is going to France, and then got
yeah,
crushed.
and I was like, I'm not even gonna go to the Pro Tour if I win this. Like, my what, dude? Okay, that event actually, there's a couple good stories in that event. One, Evan and I played like round 1 of Swiss. It was the first Flesh and Blood event I'd played in like, I don't even know, dude, like 6 months or something, because Oliver had, or no, Anna, no, never mind, I'm misremembering.
She was pregnant. Yeah.
Anna was pregnant. She was like super pregnant at that event. But anyways, it was like the first time I'd played the Starvo deck in person because I was just like playing on like Felt Table against the AI and like beating the shit out of it. I'm like, this deck's broken, dude. I can't lose. It's like pre-talent. But anyways, I remember I was playing against Evan. He was on chain in the first game and he like smoked me. And he was like attacking me, and I thought I had Arsenal to sink below, but I Arsenal to pummel. So I went to like sink below and attack. Do you remember this, Evan?
I do now.
And it was a pummel, and like we both looked at the card, and then just like looked up at each other, and I just like took the card and put it back in my arsenal. And I was like, I don't know what to do here. I was like panicked. I was like, that's not the card I thought it was. Sorry. And yeah, you beat me pretty bad that game. But then I like won the rest of my games because Earthlore Bounty and playing Oakenolds for free after Starvoing is like the most broken thing ever. Because you're just
Dude,
like
why do
Tome
you
of
even need to play
Harvest.
for free? Just play
Because-
Oakenhold.
Yeah, but you just like play a Tome of Harvest the turn before, make 3 seismic surges. And then you can like block 9 and then send an Oakenold fused for 0. So yeah, Earthlore Bounty Starvo was like so much fun. But anyways, then we played in top 8, you and I just, dude, I like beat the, like, you didn't get to play the game.
Yeah,
I remember
dude.
that. And I remember like feeling so bad. I remember being like, damn, like I do
think
not
I
deserve
blocked-
to win this game.
I think I like blocked a dominated like crippling crush of like my like fridge, and then you fucking pummeled over the top.
Yeah. That's my bad.
It's all good.
But so also for that event, Anna, I played Tarek in the finals of that event. This is hilarious. Anna was like, I don't even know, like 36 weeks pregnant. Like she was pregnant enough where like before the final started, I told Tarek, I was like, hey, I'm gonna leave my phone like right here on the table because if my wife calls me, like it means she's like gone into labor. And Tarek was like, yeah, that's fine. Like whatever. During me and Tarek's game, Anna called me. And Tarek is like a doctor. And he's like, I answer the phone. He's like, do you need me to like talk you through anything? Like saying doctor shit. And I'm like, I'm like, Anna, are you okay? And she was calling me because she was scared that there was a thunderstorm. And I was like, okay, so you're not in labor? And she's like, no, I just really want to know when you're gonna be home. I was like, I'll be home in like 30 minutes. Like, I'm about to lose to Tarek. And then, we finished the game and he beat me because he wasn't on Earthlore Bounty. So.
Ooh, important question regarding Tarek. Do you guys see he made his second finals appearance at US Nats?
Wait, what?
On the sleeves, bro.
Oh, I did see that.
I-
Those are sick. Do you have them with you? I want to see them.
Yeah, let me grab them out of my backpack.
Or is it the picture of him where it's like from under his chin?
I think so.
It might be.
That's awesome.
I don't
I'm
want to
gonna
spoil anything.
I'm gonna need to get some of those.
Dude, I'm running low. I actually need to buy more. We were trying to pick out like a new sleeve for Amsterdam actually.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yo,
that's the best
someone
thing ever.
someone at Locals for our One Piece pre-release yesterday gave me this one.
That's good.
for everybody listening on audio, because that's the only format we release, it's a cat leading up to a microphone, and it says "wood." That's pretty hilarious. All right, guys. Well, we can wrap this up. We're going just over an hour at this point. But yeah, Evan, for real, we're like super proud of you. We're
Yeah.
super
Thank
happy
you
for
guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome to see you do so well, and hopefully go back to back US Nats and PT Amsterdam.
That'd be
Ooh.
pretty crazy.
If
That'd
you
be
win
that'd be
PT
wild.
That'd be a lot of
Amsterdam,
money.
if you do that, you are booking our hotels.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll lock in right now.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
lock in
go.
right now. If I win the 50K, I will. Get
You'll
you
book
guys
us a hotel room. It's gonna book us at like somewhere in the middle of nowhere, like a Holiday
Yeah,
Inn. in
2
Lakeland.
hours from the event, farther from
Nah,
our
nah,
actual
nah.
houses.
Evan's gonna get to the
No.
finals of PT and look in the camera and just like concede.
That's awesome. No, just kidding. You don't actually have to do that, but I do hope you win. And
I
you
hope I
could.
would too. I could. It's
You
possible.
could. You've proven yourself to be a force in this game.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing stopping me right
Yeah.
now, haven't booked my flight.
You got to do that.
Yeah, you need to do
Get
that.
I
on
do.
that.
You waiting for the
Or get on a
LSS
boat.
money?
Oh, I got that. I got that LSS
Oh, yeah.
money.
Did you already
you're quick.
spend it? What happened?
No,
No.
no, it's in there. It's in there.
Listen.
I got paid from work and LSS on last Friday. It's like huge
Damn.
payday.
Double up.
Are you gonna
Which
bling out
deck
your
was
Zen
bigger?
deck?
Ooh, I did. I got some nice bling actually.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, the Marvel Zen.
Oh, it's
Japanese.
That's a Japanese one.
Japanese Marvel
That's
Zen.
sick.
Oh, that is sick.
That's the only thing
cool.
about so far though.
Yeah.
I've been a good boy with my money. Do you guys see what gold foil I got?
No, I
No.
wanted to ask that. Yeah, did you open it?
I did open it.
What
I
was
got-
it?
I got a tectonic plating.
Yo, that's sweet.
That's
Oh, dude, it was
sick.
fire. It was like a
That's
super
a
high
good
roll.
one.
The card's
Yeah,
like
that's
awesome.
okay.
Are you gonna
Ooh,
sell
yeah.
it?
Oh, 100%.
Nice.
The card's unplayable. It's garbage.
Truth.
Have you read Tunic?
I actually haven't, which is why I forget it all the time.
It's alright. You don't need to play Tunic and Zen.
Yeah, thank
It's
God.
true. That's true.
Dude, speaking of Tunic, I heard I was allowed to miss my Tunic counters now, and the judge had to give it to me if I called him over.
Where'd you hear that?
I think it depends on the judge.
You making that
Somebody
up?
told me.
May
No,
depend on
somebody
the
told me.
REL too.
Dude?
Oh, interesting judge call thing. Did you guys know that learning how your cards actually work is considered learning new information, and therefore you cannot ask for takesies backsies if you learn how your cards actually work?
I did
I
not know
did
that.
learn that. Who
What?
talked about that?
What's an example? What do you mean?
Yeah, what's the context?
So say for example, I think Roger brought this up on our podcast, but
I
like
think he did. Yeah.
he says like he had got the broken manifestation. Was it manifestation to Maraga? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you pitch Chi. Yeah, so he has that one, and he thinks it awards 8, but actually it awards 4. And like he gets got by that somehow and like wastes a bunch of extra ward. And he calls the judge over, and the judge is like, "Yeah, nah, learning how your card works is new info. We cannot rewind anymore."
It's new information.
That's crazy. That's
That's
insane.
That's really funny.
Oh
Actually.
man. Just read.
Just read, yeah.
Just read.
Yeah. dude,
Biggest
read-
tip I
moral
have
of
for
the story.
everyone listening: read your cards.
Yep. And if you can't read them, order a Hooked on Phonics and start practicing.
That's good advice.
You're behind the curve. Uh, oh man. All right, guys. Well, this has been fun. Evan, thank you for coming on. For real. We'll have to see what the Evan
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
Herndon
for
you.
having me.
is. Yeah. Anytime. Literally anytime. If you want to become a permanent guest, that's fine with me.
We'll see.
Permanent
Tuesday nights
guest.
is usually my my commander night.
Well, good thing we're Sunday night. Flush and
Magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Dude,
Yeah, don't
Magic,
say
I
it.
love commander, bro.
Don't
Dude.
say the actual date we're recording. Don't want to let the listeners know.
I wouldn't leak. I wouldn't leak.
We yeah, and I'm gonna post it tomorrow morning or something. All right, guys. It's been
When-
fun.
Want to let
Thank
Evan
you.
maybe plug some of his stuff he's got going on. You mentioned some.
Oh,
of it
yeah.
Today.
Oh,
Yeah, any plugs?
follow me on Twitter at Emotionio. I can't make any promises on whether or not this Patreon or my own podcast is going to happen. But if I do, I will be sure to tweet about it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Evan's
I
a
hope
good
it does
follow.
happen. I would be
Yeah,
a
me too.
listener and a reader.
Absolutely.
Yep. Same. And Evan, you have homework, which is to go listen to the first 9 episodes of this podcast.
Dude, I'm going to hop on probably the Binding of Isaac, and I'll throw it on in the background.
Nice.
There we go.
Skip,
All right.
skip the ones that say technical difficulties in the title.
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
one's rough. I'm really hoping. Don't even say that, dude. I'm hoping this worked the whole time. I lagged one time.
Dude, there was a bit of lag. I didn't want to say
Yeah,
anything.
there's some
I
lag.
thought it was me, but
I
think it's
know.
Nick.
I know.
I
We
wasn't
really-
sure.
It was.
Nick, you're bringing us down.
man,
I
you
know.
you guys are roasting me for having lagging issues. Now it's your turn.
I just need to learn how to actually just record in Discord or something.
Yeah,
sure
dude.
you
You want
guys
me
aren't
to
your
ask
closet.
Herndon?
No, I could figure it out.
Are you in
there
your
are people
closet?
way dumber than me
Yeah.
that have figured out how to
Pretty
do
good
it.
Wi-Fi signal.
Oh,
Dude,
I
his
like it, I
closet
like
is
it.
massive.
Yeah, literally, it's like the size of my first house.
I don't know about that.
Oh.
Are we ever gonna do a shub episode?
We definitely need to do a shub episode.
That one you'd have to
Oh.
post on YouTube though.
Yeah, we could make it
I'm
work.
into it.
We're all in there. Are you
That'd
talking
be
about a live draft or like a recording?
Wait, Evan, how
Um,
old are you?
I am 20.
We're gonna need to wait a year for that episode.
You got
We
you got
gotta
8
pound some
months, big
beers.
dog. 8 months.
Oh, I can wait 8 months. Because underage drinking is not allowed in the show.
Not cool.
Not
Yeah.
allowed.
I would never do something like that.
None of us did that ever.
We
Not
would never
once.
have done that
Hey, cut it out. I'm a teacher.
ever. I'm saying we never did it, dude.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I
You're-
wouldn't do that, and I especially would not condone it.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I
Stand up
disavow.
citizen.
Disavow.
Do you guys see this lightning happening behind me the entire
Yeah.
time?
Oh my
I'm
god,
gonna,
dude!
I'm
like,
gonna die.
the rain was crazy tonight.
It
I'm
was.
Yeah.
driving back
way.
from Kung Fu Panda 4, and I thought I was gonna die.
Dude, we
How was
suck
it?
at
Kung Fu
this
Panda
podcast.
4?
Oh, it was super good, dude. Kung Fu Panda always slaps.
I don't think I've seen 2 or 3. I saw the first one
Oh
like
my
in
gosh.
2006 or whatever that came out.
I've
Dude.
definitely seen the first one.
Yeah.
Is Jack Black still the panda?
Oh yeah, Poe is like one of the best characters from any just any medium ever. He's awesome. I love Poe.
That's
I'm gonna
your
need to
boy?
go see it.
Yeah. See, if Zen was instead Poe, Tamer of Purpose, I definitely would be playing him.
That's what's holding you back.
Yeah,
Not enough
I
Jack
think
Black and you're a ninja.
I think the fact that he's not a big stinky green man is holding you back.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely am on the train now of I'll still cope a little bit on Bolton in the lead up to an event, but I think I am just on the train of I'm just gonna play the best deck / what I actually think could give me the best chance to win. Because winning games is fun as shit. And
Yeah.
winning games by a lot is pretty fun. With Bolton, whenever you get a win, it's you squeak it out barely.
Yeah, playing aggro decks is nice because you just get to run away with games sometimes.
Yeah. Especially you, Evan, because you play so fast. It's sometimes your games are over in 15 minutes and then you get to go chill.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
think my longest match at Nationals was finals, which was a 28-minute game.
Yeah.
Evan and I have played in Battle Hardens and stuff where we get 2 or 3 games in before there's even 20 minutes left on the clock.
That
Crazy.
did happen.
So,
Back in your
We,
Dio coping days.
Good deck, kind of.
it's doing some things at Nationals. It's won a
Yeah.
Yeah,
couple.
it won.
It
won,
won
Latvian.
2 actually. I
Yeah.
don't
How's
know
that make you
how,
feel?
but
How's that make you feel?
maybe if I had not won this past event, I'd be way more excited. But I'm why would I switch off of the deck that I just won a 500-person tournament with?
Right.
Yeah.
Does it make you sad that you're not the one who did it?
I don't care. My nationals was
you.
so much bigger, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does it make you
no,
sad that you don't live in
It's a different
Latvia?
event. No, I think if I won Latvian nationals, I would have probably got I don't know how much money they get for getting first, but I can tell you it was probably not $10,000.
Yeah.
Probably not.
That was 30 weeks of work for me, which is mind blowing.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, you're still in college.
Hmm
Um,
I work part time at a card store.
That's
Like,
Dude, that's
found
good.
it.
Dude, you're rolling in it. Heck yeah. Go buy
That-
something dumb. Don't spend more than like $500 on it, but go buy something you don't really need. Well, I guess you already
Gucci
did.
belt. Gucci
Dude, buy a
belt.
Gucci belt.
That would be awesome.
That'd be sick.
I've joked about it for a while, like when I like finally win like a big card tournament, I would. But now that like I have the money, I don't want to spend it on a Gucci belt.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Could put it in an IRA.
Nah, you should do it.
Put it all in
Go-
GameStop.
Listen,
Colin's got a great store you could probably go to and blow a lot of money. Colin, tell him about the
Oh,
Western,
dude, go to the. Oh
Western.
yeah,
Oh,
you don't listen to
yeah.
our shows. You don't know. Go to the Western Wear store.
Where is-
Skip's Western Outfitter in Osteen, Florida.
get
Oh,
yourself
dude.
a cowboy hat, brother.
Yeah,
I drove through Osteen this past
yeah,
weekend.
it's a happening place. There's like 3 buildings.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
One's a
Those
Western
cowboy
store.
hats are expensive. It's called Skips.
Listen,
Let me take note. Let me take note.
every
Hell
true
yeah.
gamer needs a nice 5-gallon cowboy hat.
It's
Please
so
wear that
cool.
to the next. Wear
That-
it to Amsterdam. You're the U.S. national champion. You got to wear a cowboy hat. It's part of the
And-
territory.
and a Gucci belt. You got to wear both.
The Gucci belt might happen. We'll see. I'll have
How
to
much
think
are
about it.
Gucci belts?
Like probably like $400, $300-400.
Holy shit!
Oh, that's fine.
that follows Nick's rules. It's perfect.
That
yeah.
does follow Nick's rules, yeah.
500.
I don't know. I want to say I kind of want to save my money. I think right now my plan for the money is I'm just gonna use it to like travel to more Flesh and Blood events,
Yeah,
that's smart.
that's
so then I can win more.
That's definitely the smartest thing to do. But
Yeah.
buying a
Put-
Gucci
I
belt
know.
is the fun thing to do.
put
Yeah,
some away and like
We
a
could still
mutual
do
fund
both.
or whatever, and then like I don't know, put like a couple grand away. Do you have to pay taxes on it? I don't know.
I
I've never
think
won
so.
10,000.
I think I hit too much
What-
this time.
Yeah.
What a scam.
I know. Damn it.
Give us high speed rail in return for Evan's tax, please.
Yeah, for real.
Please give us something. God.
Are
Other
you
than
guys
a-
gonna go to the
Fort
callings
aircraft.
at the end of the year?
Probably
that?
not.
Callings at the end of the year. I think there's like Portland, Chicago, I think, or something.
Just Tampa for me, I think.
Yeah, probably
What
just
lame.
Chicago
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
Fly
don't really
Spirit,
look
dude.
into
It's
it.
gonna be like 120 to get there round trip.
True.
Stay in a room
You
with
guys-
like 3 of your boys. Cuddle
Yeah,
up
you guys
with
could fly out of
Colin.
Sanford.
Oh
Ooh,
wait, can you
Fly out of
really?
Stanford.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Oh, that'd
Sanford
be cheap
Airport
as
is
hell.
nice. Sanford
like a
Airport
Lincoln?
is nice, dude.
You just
Yeah,
walk
it
in,
is.
get on the plane, fucking get in the air.
It's great.
Good stuff.
As long as
Um,
Evan, you give me the deck to play a week before.
A week before, dude, we
Yeah.
didn't have like the
He's-
finalized list a week before nationals this time around.
He's got to talk to the Commonwealth. He's got to say,
30,
boys,
30 hours before.
30
you
hours
gotta
for
say-
it. That I can probably do.
Woo!
he's got to
Actually-
talk to his team. We don't want him to, get in trouble with the Commonwealth / Brennan Patrick.
Dude,
Oh, yeah,
Dilks will kill me, bro.
Tell Dilks that if he wants to really succeed in life, he needs to join the romping club.
Yep. That's
Ask him if he's
$7 a
ready to
month.
Maybe his 3 of his friends to join. He gets $1 off.
Yep. He gets
Oh shit.
Yeah, but yeah,
When are
we
you
got
starting the romping club Patreon, dude?
Dude, I don't know. I would feel so bad taking people's money to give them shit content in return.
Yeah, that's why it's openly a pyramid scheme, so they know they're being scammed.
Yeah.
The-
It would be nice to like I would probably cap it at once we reach like $7 a month from
That's
Patreon
it.
supporters. I'd
You
probably
just
say,
want enough
okay,
money
total
to pay for this?
seven. Total
Yeah, just-
$7.
I'll tell you
All
what, Nick.
supporters.
I'll sponsor it for this month.
Oh hell yeah!
Ooh,
Let's go.
sponsored by former child Evan Herndon, the human high roll.
Yes.
Flesh
Who's
slinger.
also a national
flesh slinger.
champion.
Yo,
True
are you guys going to
gamer.
Haven this Saturday?
Probably not. It's hard
Nah.
to do things on Saturday with a 2-year-old.
Oh, what the heck?
Yes.
Man,
Ryan,
sorry,
make the
dude.
drive down, dude.
dude, I'll be
What's
back
going on?
back in September.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Saturday
I
is
was
just the
probably just going to play
armory.
this week. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Saturday armories are like pretty impossible.
I'm trying to make some trades happen.
Ooh.
What are you looking for?
I want Marvel Chi.
I don't have any of that.
I got some Marvel Chi.
Ooh, what you got, Ryan?
I got Sacred Art for Zen.
Oh, I already got that.
I got
Mm.
Drop in the Ocean.
Oh, I don't have that one.
I got shoot, what else I got? I got Path Well Traveled.
I opened that
And
one, sadly.
I'm forgetting all the names of them. I have like 3 or 4 of them.
Yo, let me know. Let me know.
I got you, dude.
I have a foil Levels of Enlightenment if you want that.
Extended art or nah?
Oh no.
Nah, I'm trying to go hard. If I
Yeah. I forgot
pick
that
the
it has
models.
the. I forgot there's the extender art of that. That's cool. That card's broken.
It's-
What?
That card
shit-
is broken.
It's crazy.
So good.
Every time you see that card and like 2 blues in hand, I like lose my mind. Like this is so insane.
Yeah. My freaking in the calling, my last round that I lost to not go day 2. Literally turn 2. Like plays a blue, plays Sacred Art, pitches to Zen, Levels of Enlightenment to start his turn.
Yeah, that's like
That's
cheating.
insane.
There maybe was an Art of War on that turn too. Like,
Why
I think
not?
he drew
Why not
into an Art of
everything?
War off the
Why
ledger.
not everything?
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. All right, guys. Well, dude, we are very bad at ending this podcast.
Oh my
Yeah.
bad.
Evan's just so fun
No,
to talk
it's not
to.
you. If you listened to Evan, you'd know. It's usually me. Ryan and Colin
Yeah,
were trying to end episode 9 for like 45 minutes, and I was like, "Wait, guys, one more thing. Wait."
We just get on tangents and it just kind of gets out of hand.
We're just guys being dudes, having a good time.
That's definitely it.
Hold on. Before we end, did you guys see that Joe Rogan had the first like Neuralink patient on his podcast?
No, I didn't.
No.
That should be your guys' next guest.
Dude,
Okay.
get us his contact
Wait,
info. He's
Joe
invited.
Rogan or that guy?
Either or.
Both.
I was gonna say that guy, but Joe Rogan would be pretty cool too.
I'll DM him. What's his name?
I don't know.
Okay, it's probably easy to find out.
Yeah, it could be that hard. Well, I mean, Joe Rogan is pretty.
Wait,
That's an easy name to find.
I don't know how Neuralink works, but could we ask him about Flesh and Blood, and then he would be able to know about it from the
That's
internet?
what I was thinking. Maybe he would. Maybe he's got some insights that like us mere mortals couldn't figure out.
Damn.
My
Crazy.
computer's gonna die any second now, so my computer just will shut off if we don't have it.
All right, well, we're gonna end it.
Alright,
We're
listen,
gonna
listen
end
it.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Evan, thanks again for coming on. It's been
problem.
real. It's been a good one.
Yeah, thank you, Evan.
See you guys.
Congrats again.
Thank you.